Hi guys! It's been a while that I created a podcast, and although I share that I won't be very active with podcasting or sharing my thoughts online, because I wanted to reserve it for my next book. But there has been so many things, and honestly I haven't been very active with my book. And I think like my first book, I think I'm gonna cram it to to 100 hours, but I'm not really sure.
Mommy,
Yes baby,
I want to want bananas.
you want bananas? Okay. Wait for, I'm just gonna wash my hands. Okay, and stop. So, moving on. Pardon the noises. I'm actually washing the dishes while doing this podcast. Ideally, today is Saturday, right? And this has been, I'm feeling so productive today. It's just me and Unyara in the house. The husband is off to a weekend board gaming session, so I actually just wanted to not join that session because I wanted my husband to really have time for himself. And that's also one of the things that I want to share. Like I think I have grown so much this 2022. Like, I know I'm old, like I'm 35, and in a few months I'll be 36, and I'm actually very excited. Like, I know I still a lot of years until 40, but growing old is something that I really look forward, because each decade that I am in, like when I was in my 20s and looking back at it with my 20s, now that I'm 30s, it's like just so awesome how each year I'm learning a lot of things, and I continue to learn. And the more I learn, the more I realize that I really don't know anything. And there's been so many adjustments, like especially in my 30s, when I had Unyara at 32, right? And she is 3 years old now, and she's just growing magnificent and in God's awesome love and grace. And although there has been I haven't shared this on any social media yet, but for some of my friends, I've shared to them that Unyara was actually diagnosed with a congenital heart disease last year. So she has a patent Ductus Arteriousus, so CHD PDA. So if you want to know what is it, you can just search online what that is. But just to quickly share what that is that it's an extra nerve connecting her heart to her lungs. So in a normal child, that nerve should have been closed, because that is, most children have that nerve, but when they are out of the womb, they're not using that nerve anymore. So ideally it should have been closed, but for Unyara it sticks, and we just noticed, we just discovered it last January 2021. So it is a bit of a shock, and thankfully there wasn't really physical manifestation that she is having a hard time with her congenital heart disease. But you know, she's our only daughter, and we want her to be healthy. And even though it's not really affecting her physical physically, the CHD PDA is not affecting her physically, we want to be very sure. So we were advised by her cardio to, you know, monitor the PDA. So after Holy Week, we went back to her. So because it's a yearly monitoring, right? So just after the Holy Week, we went back to her PDA to have her do the echo and X-ray, and it's not that bad, but there has been movement with her PDA. So the nerve is actually increasing, so it expands to 1 mm, and the doctor, yes love, do you need my help? Okay. To continue, like, so going back, so her PDA nerve has expanded to 1 mm, and there has also been a change in her the left side of her heart. There has been an enlargement. So her cardio actually suggested to us and advised us for an intervention right now, because last year that was just the first time that it was discovered, right? So we're not really sure if it's affecting or it's affecting her heart or anything. But when we went back this year, so there has been some changes, and so it's time that we do an intervention. It was a bit of a shock, and we were told that the procedure would be a PDA closure, so PDA device closure. So there would it's not an open heart surgery, it's just what do you call this, a procedure where a device will be inserted into the nerve to block that extra passage between her lungs and her heart. So the package of the procedure will be around 350,000, and that's all in. And it's a bit expensive, and it's an unplanned expense. We're not really like who would plan for something like this, right? But the cardio was actually very what do you call it, like he was telling us that we can at least prepare for the money for 6 months, and then we come back to him, and we decide after, and then Unyara will also be checked by after 6 months. But as a mom, like at least for me, I don't wanna wait 6 months to have it corrected. Like it was really, like, we knew about the condition, the changing of her PDA on a Wednesday, and I was like, I didn't really, like, it won't let me, sleep or something. I was like, oh my god, I'm in a state of shock. And I was like, I know if I don't have a God, like, I know if Jesus is not in my heart, I could have crack of all those of what do you call this, of the discovery. But I'm just so amazed that despite the worry and despite of the shock, the initial shock, I was like so thankful still. My heart is still very grateful that at least right now we know about her condition at the point where we can really do something. Because I could only imagine if I knew about her condition when she was at birth. I don't know. Maybe I would have treated Unyara differently. Like I wouldn't have raised her to be as empowered as she is right now. And honestly, I'm just so amazed that her condition is actually not really manifesting with her physically. She's a strong child. She enjoys being in the outdoors. She runs a lot and she's really active and all. And yeah, but still there's something with her internally, so we can just, you know, I'm the type of person that if there's something to be done, I want it to be done as soon as possible. And the money, you can always find money like and at some point the money will be hard, and maybe we can get some of our savings and all, but at the end of the day, the things that we're doing now is actually for Unyara, and whatever it is that we might encounter, and knowing about her condition, this is actually just a setback, and I know that it's something that the Lord has prepared us, and it's just so awesome. Like, you know, when what do you call this? Like when 2022 started, I actually start like realigning myself. Like it's as if something big is about to happen and all that. I was telling my brother and some of my cousins and all that, probably we will expand. Like I'm gonna be more tipid and be mindful with how I'm spending my money and all that. And also, since we actually get our second house, that will be our permanent house, and we have been adjusting our finances and all, and it's just like, I don't know, for maybe for other people this is something bad, but I actually felt that the Lord has just been so gracious for preparing this news prior, because I don't know if this news would come at a point where we're not ready, where we just don't have the capacity to act on it, and it's just so awesome. And even like I actually don't know that my company insurance actually has a coverage for congenital, because ideally, like most of the insurance, right, they don't cover for pre-existing conditions or congenital, especially congenital diseases and all. So I was really so surprised that last year when we tried to get that actually 2D echo is a little bit expensive too. It's around 4K. So I actually just tried to because I had no idea. I didn't really have any idea, the detailed idea of what is covered with our insurance from the company, right? So I actually just tried to to use our insurance when we did that initial diagnosis for her PDA, and surprisingly it actually just went through. And then just last Thursday I was able to confirm that. Just so awesome that our company is actually has a coverage for congenital, so it's around 100K per year. So that's just big, right? Like for most of insurances, maybe from other companies, they don't have that. I was just like, oh my god, thank you, Lord. So out of the 350, there has the insurance can cover around 88, because obviously we've spent already some money for her x-ray and her consultations and to the echo and all. So yeah, and I don't when the what do you call this, when our cardio shared to me that this would be the amount for the procedure, and I asked him, can this be covered by insurance? He was telling me that on his experiences, most of the insurance don't cover this one because this is congenital and all. And I was like, maybe I'm just gonna try, and I did, and I'm just so blessed and so thankful to God that I did actually just ask, because if I didn't, I would have missed using it, right? And yeah, and also that sort of money is it's big, but sometimes you could just, where do we get the money? Would we touch our savings and all that stuff? And then you're like, what should we do? This is like unplanned, although we have money for emergencies. This is just a little setback, right? And we're just so amazed that, oh my God, we actually had the money someplace. Like, it's just so awesome, right? Like, for July and I, for the husband and I, we're not really, what do you call this? We weren't able to work outside of the Philippines, right? So our money and we have all these, we're paying the condo, and our car was just recently paid in full last February. That's why we had a house. We get a house. So even though we might have like big salaries and also big taxes and all, but there's so many things to pay, bills to pay and all those things, and ideally like, at least for me, I feel that I'm comfortable, but we can always do more, right? And this 350 money could like you could save it somewhere, and then, but you just like, when there is an emergency, you're just happy that like you are able to what you call to find some sources within your family, and you're also able to ask your immediate family members that in case there might be emergencies beyond your capacity, they're just there to help. And I'm so thankful that we have this support, and especially to the friends that I really ask for advice, because as a person, I'm not really comfortable with asking for help, and especially with this like for this Unyara's procedure, on my first thought was just like, let's just go pay that 350 and all, and so that we will be done with it. And I was not really thinking that there could be other sources where we get the discount and all, and I'm just so thankful that there are friends reach out to me and share to me that, Kring, this, you could check on this and check on that. My heart is overwhelmed. So thank you guys for that, and thank you, because like I don't know if you know me that well enough, but it's really helpful that you tell me that asking for help is not a sign of weakness and all. It's the money that you could save could be placed someplace else, and yeah, so it has really helped me, and so that's why I'm also trying another ways, because at the end of the day, the 350 is good, but if we could find something that could have discount and all, it's better, because at the end of the day, the procedure will just be a start. So we're just gonna check on Unyara if the device would work with her. So there's still so many things after that, and yeah, so I just wanna share that share Unyara's update in a podcast, so that I can just look back to this and listen, and I don't even know who's listening, but yeah, so just to wrap up, it's been 18 minutes that I'm talking and all, and thank you to Unyara. She's been busy in the bedroom, and actually I'm done with the dishes. I'm just about to rinse it, but before rinsing it, because it will be too noisy. I'm just gonna wrap this up. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, and if you're listening to this, just like me, right, this news that we have about Unyara's procedure, this is something of a shock to us. But yeah, ideally, like for most people, this is something that would be that could crack us, or we should be sad about this, like something, but truly, deeply, my heart is full of gratitude to God and to the friends, and like I like I'm seeing the silver lining beyond this. Like all I can think was, oh my God, it's just so awesome. Unyara is actually a heart warrior. So beyond her awesomeness, there is something that she is going through, and she's just one awesome child to she's just an inspiration, and we as a parent, like for me, I'm just so happy to have her, and to this point, I'm excited to journey with her through her heart warriorship. And yeah, I actually know a friend, and when I shared that she also has Unyara's condition, and thankfully she's okay, and she even had one child. And yeah, so this is not something to be sad about, and this is just a setback, and like my psoriasis before, right? When I also discovered my psoriasis, it's a bit of a downward struggle, but after that, it's just so awesome how I'm able to overcome that. So this PDA is also the same, and thank you for listening, and I hope if you're going through something, you always look at the bright side, and look at the silver linings, and always look on hindsight, or just notice everything that's going on around you. Is there some decision that has really made your life easier when something like this would come into your life? So thank you guys for listening. So God bless, and I have been very vocal with social media during this election and all. If I have unmindfully hurt you, that was not intentional. As a person, I don't really intend to hurt people, because I believe that whenever I hurt people, I hurt Jesus. So I'm not that type of person. So I'm sorry if I did that, and I hope that at some point we could always see eye to eye. But up to this point right now, like I'm just human, and ideally, I'm also thankful that Unyara's Unyara's cardio has actually advised us to just isolate until we had the procedure. So we were targeting the procedure to be in July, because right now Unyara still has cough. So over June we will monitor it. We need Unyara to be in top shape, to be her weight to increase, and so that she'll be ready with the procedure in July. So this is the first Saturday that we're just here in the house, and it could be a weekend thing that we're not going out, we're not going into crowded places and meeting a lot of people. So yeah, it's just gonna be like a self-isolation for all of us. And yeah, sorry for a bit selfish. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. When what do you call this? When the cardio says that, like, you need to self-isolate and just uphold going to places and meeting people, I was like thankful, because ideally at this point, I'm also at the point in my life where I wanted to prune, or check my relationship, and focus on quality rather than quantity. So there has been so many things, like, and I'm just thankful that you know, everything is in alignment with what I'm thinking, and I'm just thankful to God for just giving us this opportunity to just look inward and to just really see things on a bright light despite the circumstances that we are in. So this is it, guys, and it's finally goodbye, and thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and may you enjoy your time with the Lord tomorrow, Sunday. God bless you, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.